Open box! Hello everyone, welcome back to another open box. It's been a while, it has indeed been a while since our last one because of the fact that the release dates for Transformers figures here in the Netherlands are so horrible. Absolutely could not make it any more clear how horrible those are. My goodness, I really just want to get my hands on that Studio Series Bumblebee figure. Because that means that I'll get Wave 1 of Studio Series of this year. Yeah, this is Wave 2, even though it says here that it's the upgrade kits. I don't actually have that idiot. That is the only Titan class figure that I don't have. You know, I got Ford Max, Triptychon, Omega Supreme. That's about it for the G1 Titan classes. I thought there were more. And this is actually for Scorponok. I don't know why they shipped it in this box, but what's inside here is absolutely Studio Series Wave 2 of this year. Meaning, my most anticipated figure of this year. So, let's get this big, beautiful box out of here. And let us get into package number 1. Obviously, I am not going to look when I... I should probably look when I open up the box. Also, apparently, I'm from the 1930s. I had no idea, but someone in the comment section actually pointed out that I sound like someone from like 1930, and it's like ever since I got that comment I haven't been able to stop laughing. So the box is open. Let me grab box 1. Oh, it's the one. I can feel how big the box is because I have a Deluxe, a Voyager, a Leader. I dropped the box. I have a Deluxe, a Voyager, a Leader, and also a set in here. And this does not feel like the set, and it's too big for the other ones. So here we go. Let us start off with my child, boys. Here he is! Studio Series Optimus Prime from Age of Extinction. Look at him. Oh, I've been anticipating this figure for so long. I've always wanted this figure because of the fact that, by the way, there's some dust on here because they had this figure since last month, actually. However, we had to wait for a little bit of a Q fellow, a Baldy. We had to wait for basically a Baldy in order for the set to come out. But, oh, look at this. Oh, look at him. I've always liked this design, and to be honest, I have the first edition figure. I have done a review of said figure. Not the biggest fan. And even then, the Leader class figure from Age of Extinction doesn't really look all that good. The Voyager class figure from the last night actually was something that I was interested in, but I was never able to get my hands on him. And this thing just blows everything out of the water because I'm so happy to get this thing. So let us look at what the words are saying, boys, because we actually have words. Optimus Prime battles locked down as he is hunted by Cemetery Wind. That's what I need. I knew I forgot a figure for the size comparison for the inevitable review of this guy, which comes out next week on Saturday. I grabbed the Galvatron and Megatron and I was like, who did I miss? And it's like, Lockdown, of course. So I gotta grab that Lockdown from the thing. And by the way, I have not recorded anything, obviously, because I just got him. Oh, look at how cool he looks. I've always liked this design, and I've always wanted to get a figure that represented this design. And Hasbro, I think, have done a fantastic job with this figure. I know people hate this thing because of the fact that it's not Challenger, and everybody wants a Challenger, but this is not Challenger because they can't do that kind of stuff. You have to understand, in order to make a figure like Challenger, you need to kind of ignore safety. And that is something that Hasbro, sadly enough, or luckily enough, I don't know which one, isn't allowed to do. So let me grab some tools because I forgot me tools, and then I'll get straight into this box. Also, a little bit of something that I've been working on. This goes up in September, if I remember correctly. Could potentially be. No, it's not going to be October. Anyway, I'm working at the moment right now at the review and spoiler talk for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3. One should already be on the channel, and 2 is incoming very fast. Here we go. Here we got the instruction booklet, and we got that stupid little paper that I don't care about. Also, something I forgot to talk about. We got plastic, baby. No more head stealing here. So... God, I missed you, plastic. I missed you. I know everybody hates plastic, but I don't. I'm not one of the people who hates. Hey, look, his heels are folded down. Huh. Otherwise, you wouldn't fit. God, he looks so impressive. I also know that people don't like the shade of gray that is being used here for his chest and head. And while I will say, yes, his head is a little bit unpainted, everything else looks sublime, boys. Sublime. So I'm going to start cutting into this thing, so I shall be right back. Oh, God, he feels so good. Whoo-wee. He feels really good. Here he is, boys. Here he is, the King Knight man himself. Oh, he feels so good. Does he have butterfly joints? He doesn't necessarily seem to be having. Maybe he does. I need to investigate. But God, this thing. Look at him. Just look at him. He looks so good. Yes, the light is shining. Let me see here. But it looks so good. And yes, I know the light is shining a bit. I'm sorry about that one. There's not really much that I can do in order to fix that stuff. But, ooh, look at him. Yes, he has a backpack. But to be honest, I don't really care. To be honest, I don't really even know this guy without a backpack. Every other figure has had a backpack. And it comes with this big shield that I thought actually was going to come in pieces, but it doesn't seem like. And it comes with this thing as well, which I guess this is here to house the blade, boys. I need to get out of my way. I love you still, but look at the blade. Look at how big this blade. This sword is so huge. But I guess you're just supposed to kind of like slide this in here. And then have this thing be, I guess the gun is supposed to climb. Oh yeah, hey, the gun climbs in here and then on the back here. And by the way, this is how you're supposed to put the back, kind of, with this flap down. Because if you lift it up and it actually shows on the other side. The reason for that is because of the fact that's the only way to store this kind of thing. Also, one little issue that I have with this. I already had this issue when, you know, I kind of saw it, but, why is he kind of leaning backwards? Don't lean backwards, Optimus. But anyway, the sword is supposed to be on top of the gun. This orientation is supposed to be the opposite way around. But this looks pretty cool. I'm probably not really going to display him like that, you know. But man, like this thing is probably going to be put away because I don't really care about that thing outside of the review, obviously. And then if I remember correctly from videos that I saw, yes, indeed. I kind of wish this had a slider inside of it, but you're actually just supposed to do this. Here we go. And then you can plug this onto his arm in order for him to shoot people with it, which is really cool. I like that. Obviously, he can hold it by undoing this, sliding this in here from the bottom. As Linkin Park would say, up from the bottom. There he is. He's with his big sword. And then finally, you can even like use this joint here that is specifically here for this. And you can... The heel fell off. The heel fell off. Come on, dude. Anyway, you can plug this in here like so and close this bad boy back up, I guess. But yeah, and then here he is. Here is Optimus Prime. Put the heel back on in here. There you go. But here we have him, boys. Here he is, Optimus Prime. Whoo-wee! I love this thing, dude. I really do. I really like this thing. This figure looks pretty cool. I will say that right now. This thing looks so good. I can't wait to delve into him. By the way, how this is gonna work is this guy is actually gonna be, as I already alluded to, or said, maybe I just said it outright, he's gonna be uploaded next week on Saturday. That has nothing to do with what's in the box, outside of the fact that this, one of the figures is gonna come out tomorrow. No, it has to do with the fact that I'm gonna do a double feature in a sense. On Tuesday next week, you're gonna get the review of Studio Series Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime, who actually broke for me, the front grille that is, so it doesn't really close. And then Saturday, you're gonna get this big boy. That is the big thing. Now let's move you off to the side. I hate to do this, because you are absolutely... By the way, the back of the head, yeah, there needs to be more blue on the head. I will say that, there needs to be more blue. Not as much as the Voyager class from the original figure from the last night, because that's too much blue. He doesn't have that much blue, but he has more blue on his head. They should have painted his head better. Also, I am almost done with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 review. I'm almost done watching the whole show, actually. So close, so close. And when I say review, I mean spoiler talk. Anyway, let's go from the... well, the second biggest box to the smallest box. We got Q, baby! And this is the idiot that we were waiting for. Because everyone else in this box was already available since last month. However, this guy just became available yesterday. So we got Q, even though it's Wheeljack Q. They should just call this guy Q. They called the other guy Dino. Why don't they just call him Q? Anyway, I've been anticipating this guy as well, because... yeah, even though I like the original, it is due for an update. We got a nice little bio here as well. Q uses his skills as a scientist to create gear for the Autobots. I like to refer to this guy specifically as Q. Also, he has the official Mercedes thing here, I guess. Because my neighbor actually loves Mercedes, so I now know exactly what the Mercedes logo looks like. And he loves Mercedes, but like this sticker here, I guess, means that it's officially licensed by Mercedes, which is nice. Also, 23 steps for the transformation. I know that this guy is not what everybody wanted him to be, you know. He doesn't have all of the articulation, but how much articulation did Q really do in the movie? And like I said, even though in the title for the review for him, this guy, by the way, tomorrow. Tomorrow's review, this guy. And then after that, we'll go into Optimus Prime. Then I got a... I think after that is the other idiot that's in this box. Then we got the special again, which is the number 160 review. After that, I will review one of the 3 things left in this box, and then I'm gonna go into Devastator. Yes, this year we're gonna go into the Studio Series Devastator, not that one, unless you're thinking about the Bay one, because yes, baby, we're going into the Bayverse. I have already recorded, edited, everything is ready, and I'm excited about him. So let me get this idiot out of here. Oh, he already looks, I like the way that he looks. Look at all the tech he has here on the side. Anyway, I'm gonna get this guy out of here, and I'm gonna put the scissor to him. I'm gonna kill him. Here he is, boys. Here is Q. It seems he has indeed survived. What the? Are you kidding me? Wait. There you go. He has survived the procedure, and he is now looking perfectly fine. He's got an elbow. He's got a weird-looking elbow joint, to be honest. He's got a weird elbow, but here he is. He's also a weird-looking guy. Look at him. Look at how weird he looks. He looks so weird. And his backpack is actually more cleaned up than I expected, but the thing that people are upset about is the fact he has no ankle tilts. And I also don't think he has a... Nope, he has no waist rotation either, so he's missing some articulation that is kind of modern right now. But it comes with a nice looking gun right here that he can just hold in his hand. I don't really remember Q ever using a gun, but well, we all misremember things sometimes. I don't like the fact that this is clear plastic, but whatever. He's a bit awkward to look like, and also he comes with a big stick that he had in the movie. You remember that big stick that he was carrying around during the movie? Yeah, you can carry that. Oh, there we go. We got a little connection point back here, so I guess you're supposed to just do this. There he is. Nope, that's not it. What about the instructions? What do the instructions say? Normally don't do this on these videos, but let me have a look here at his instructions. He can actually hold it, as you can... Wait, was I just using the wrong side? Which side is supposed to be held? Kind of looks like he's supposed to hold it like this. There you go, he can actually hold it. I kind of look for more... Oh, hey, look at this. It's got a wee little storage point here on the back. What? Right in the grill here, you're supposed to store it. Okay, you're supposed to store it right in his grill. That's not the most secure connection, but it'll work. But here he is, look at him. Here he is, looking all weird and weebly and wobbly and all weird, but he looks... I don't know if he looks better than the original. I kind of need to mess with him in order to really get a feel for this guy, but overall, I don't really mind how he looks. Look at how small... Dang it, Optimus! You big beefy boy. He's so beefy. He's way beefier than his show model, by the way. I also don't really mind the smokestacks on the side. I think it actually looks pretty cool when he has the smokestacks on the side of his legs. I know people have an issue with that, but I don't really mind. Man, the stuff with that these legs can do. When this guy got leaked, the transformation got leaked, I looked up the video and I haven't been able to get it out of my mind. I don't know how he transforms anymore, but I do remember that the legs do some crazy stuff. They basically form the back and the front of the truck. And he doesn't have his feet hanging off the back of the truck mode, so this thing is already 10 out of 10. But yeah, look at the two of them together. Bayverse is back, baby! Even though this is about all you're gonna get this year. If I remember correctly, because for the rest of this year, we're not really gonna get much. I mean, we still got Hatchet incoming, but... I don't know when I'm gonna get that idiot. I will say this, the pre-order has been placed and technically they have him. The only thing they still need is that Bumblebee movie Bumblebee figure that needs to come out, but who knows if that's gonna come out. Man, he's not really one for photos, is he? He looks weird there. It looks like part of his face gets shut off. But he does actually have molded in glasses in here. You can't see that at all here on the camera, but he does have molded in glasses, which is pretty nice. But man, am I happy to have some more Bayverse figures after the last couple of years of just being insulted. Last time was like in 2022 when we had some Bayverse figures. And then they dropped it, but then they came back with this behemoth, so I'm happy. Alright, next package then, shall we? Here we are. Ironhide, boys! It's Ironhide from Gamer Edition! Oh, am I excited about this guy as well, because I'm actually a fan of the Ratchet figure, even though Ratchet is a little bit weird. I am a fan of that figure, but man, it's Ironhide. It's my boy. It's my favorite character in the Transformers franchise. You can't go wrong with that, right? But look at him, Transformers Studio Series Ironhide. I love him so much. He's like Cup, but Cup just is, Cup's like him, but like too much. Anyway, Ironhide works with Optimus Prime. You can't see that. Thought if I rotated up the camera. Anyway, Ironhide works with Optimus Prime to remove Dark Energon from Cybertron's core. Yeah, he does. I always played as him in that game. Big fan, big fan. I always thought that he should be second in command, but then Jazz became second in command, so I don't even know what to do anymore with myself. He's such a weedy little guy. Anyway, let's get him out of here one of these days. There we are, boys. Look at him and his mistransformed backpack. This thing was already announced with the fact that Ratchet came out and, you know, repaints are repaints, so we already knew that this idiot was coming. But man, am I excited about it. So once again, I am going to take the scissors to this guy, and this time I will actually be careful. Here he is, boys. Here is the boy, man, Ironhide man himself right here, and he's kind of got a tiny little head. He's got a tiny little head. I kind of wish they made his head a little bit bigger, but here he is, boys. Maybe not perfectly accurate to this game, but close enough anyway. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, he comes with the big axe that Ratchet also came with, so that is old news. That's old news, but he also comes with a shotgun. Looks like a shotgun anyway. Look at the double barrel there at the front. Look at that. Double-barreled kind of thing. It looks like a shotgun, but I don't know if it is a shotgun, so I'm just going to call it a shotgun. With the pack, obviously, at the bottom, so he can hold it, so that his arm doesn't need to come off, and then on the other side, you can just... Here we are, boys. Here we are. Ironhide is fully beefed out. Look at him. Look at him. I like him a lot. I already like this mold to begin with, but I like it now even more because it's Ironhide. I'm a big fan of Ironhide, but here he is. Can't wait to get into him, but I kind of want to get into the end of this video, kind of, because of the fact, like I said, I still have 3 episodes to watch of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3, and it's really gearing up towards the ending, and I can't wait. So the next one is actually not a new thing. It's something that came out a long time ago. This thing actually cost me a lot of money, but not really that much. It cost me about 99 euros for this whole set, and it's also from Transformers War for Cybertron Siege. Rainmakers, baby! Yep. The Rainmakers set from Transformers Siege right here. Here it is. Let me see if I can just get this correctly moved and placed and everything, and ooh, there we are. But yeah, the Rainmaker set basically repaints of the Transformers Siege Starscream. Now, these 3 idiots apparently did appear in the Generation 1 cartoon, so I needed them. They also turn into this vehicle mode right here, and here's the back. So even though this looks like a set of Autobots, technically I have 3 Autobots and 3 Decepticons right here, even though they're all the same. Now, I will give each of these their own individual review. Wow, Acid Storm, I know your name because you were once a Masterpiece figure, and I think Ion Storm is the one that I don't know, the Thundercracker looking one. But anyway, all 3 of these are gonna get their own separate reviews, and they will be uploaded over the course of this year. I am planning to upload one of these idiots before I go into Devastator from Revenge of the Fallen, which is gonna take us a full month, basically the whole of July. I almost said June, but yeah, but I'll upload you first, for example, then we'll go into Devastator, then I'll upload you, then I'll go into other stuff, and then I'll upload you. Kind of like that. But I will get 3 videos out of this set, especially because I potentially need to, but they all look so cool. They do, actually. I like the way that they look, but let me just get these. I don't even know if they're guys. I think you are a guy, and I think you are a guy. You might be gal, but I have no idea. I don't know. There is a female Seeker that is not Slipstream, and I don't know which one it is. But I don't think she might not be in this set. These might all be the same. Also, what's with these names? These names are wrong. The names on the box are wrong. That is not Acid Storm. And that is not Nova Storm. It says here Nova Storm. On the back it says that Acid Storm is the green one. Look. And it says that Nova Storm is the yellow one. How did they miss this? How did they put these in the wrong way? I should call the site and ask for a discount. Anyway, I'm gonna get these guys out of here right now. Alright, before we get into the lads, let's first get into this thing. This weirdly is kind of poster quality backdrop. I don't get why. They're basically 3 of the same symbols, but they kind of have that whole poster-y quality to it. I don't know if I'll hang this up or throw this away. Anyway, here we got them, boys. The 3 lads. The Rainmakers, I think is actually what this set is called. I actually don't quite remember what this set was called, but here they are. Look at all 3 of them. The same figure, just differently painted, but they are in Generation 1, so I did need them for my collection. While I'm not really too picky about getting Cybertronian forms, you know, I mean, for certain things, yeah, but not for all things. These guys were actually on sale. They were a little bit on sale, so I decided to pick all 3 up, and I decided to put them with this order right here. Oh, my goodness. But this is basically everything that I had ordered. The 3 Seeker guys. And then these 3 guys. Which this is the whole thing. This is all that's in the box. There's nothing anymore in the box outside of a bunch of paper. But man, am I excited to get into you. I'm excited to get into you. But I'm also excited to get into the rest of them. Don't you worry about that one. I am very excited to make these videos for you guys. Super excited. Can't wait. Now, as I have stated, your tomorrow. You are next week on Saturday because your previous version, the Dark Moon Optimus Prime, will be coming out. By the way, I do hope that the trailer is compatible with this idiot, because that is something that I would love to happen. But anyway, you're coming up next week on Saturday because the fact that, well, as I've already stated, Dark Moon Optimus Prime is coming out next week on Tuesday. You are going to be in 2 weeks on Tuesday, and then one of the 3 Rainmakers. I'm actually going to put... you know what? I'm actually gonna have a little bit of fun. I got this like head drawing thing on the. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Enter the title. All right. Stormers, because they're all storms. Stormers. Anyway, let's draw a name. What's in that? Ion Storm seems to be the first one that we're going to be taking a look at potentially, unless I forget. But anyway, Ion Storm is going to be going up, and then, which I think is actually the blue one, and then we are going to go into Studio Series Devastator, and then after that we'll do one of the other 2. That is the schedule coming up right now. I don't care how many new figures I'm going to get. Also because I love this thing. Here's Kit. There you go. Kit's on this shot as well, because I love this thing. But anyway, I don't know how many more figures I'm going to get in between that time, but I will say this, the month of July is basically filled up almost entirely. If I put potentially one of those 3 guys in there, I think it actually is fully filled up. Also, thank you for 500 you can't see it, it's hazy. Thank you for 500 subscribers on my Let's Play channel, baby. Thank you. Thank you for that one. I actually cannot make money off YouTube yet, but I did actually enter the YouTube Partner Program, so I would like to thank everyone over on the Let's Play channel. I will do that later on, but first I need to get some things in order, then I'll give you guys a proper thank you with a message. But overall, this is the set. Yay! I'm so excited to get these guys into gear, man. I can't wait to start on these guys. But first, I must finish Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3. So, with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if not already, turn on notifications. Don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel, link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for good old-fashioned Q, and the rest of these guys will also come out at some point, and this guy's already out. And I'll see you for all that. Bye!